45% of Harvard graduates end up in consultancy or finance. A good friend of mine calls it the Bermuda Triangle of talent. So you've got consultancy, you've got finance, and you've got corporate law. It's this dark chasm that sucks up so many bright young people who once dreamed of solving world hunger and tackling climate change and preventing a pandemic. And then McKinsey comes along and we never hear from them again. It's honestly very sad. So I've discovered that if you want to hurt a McKinsey consultant, you don't say to that person, oh, you're so selfish, you're making so much money, you're greedy. No, then that person will be like, oh, you're boring, you're jealous, you can't keep up. But what you should do instead is, well, you're so talented and this is what you do.
Yeah.
This is so boring. And that hurts them very, very much because it's not just the money they care about, but it's also the status. And in our society, we've made the wrong things high status. We've made very boring, very socially meaningless jobs. We've made them high status, and that's got to change. So let me give you one example, a case study from the book. In the 60s and the 70s, there was a group called Nader's Raiders. It was a group of extremely talented graduates from Harvard, from Yale, from Princeton, who instead of working for these big corporate law firms, chose to work for this guy called Ralph Nader, a young lawyer who said that, working for these big law firms was the most silly, boring thing you could do. And he said, you know what, you can also work for me. You will work 100 hours a week for little pay, but it's going to be the most awesome thing you've ever done in your life. And these Nader's Raiders, they at some point had their fingerprints on 25 pieces of federal legislation, the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act. It was so cool that a third of Harvard Law School applied to work with Ralph Nader in 1 year. A lot of people have forgotten about this. Ralph Nader was one of the most popular men in America. He received more letters than the Beatles did. And he was a beacon for talent. And this is also our message to people. Like, sure, you can keep climbing the same ladder all over and over again, but you don't want to wake up when you're 50 or 60 and realize that the ladder was standing against the wrong wall all the time.